It's a gift to humanity. Everybody in the planet's going to be on this product. It's just a matter of when. They can't get it right now in South Africa. They can't get it right now in Indonesia. They can't get it right now in China. People are sending it to their friends, but there are certain countries where we can get it. And you can get this in every country that ASEA is open in. Now, I've been asked by people on my team about using this product in place of using the drink. Is it as effective? Does it get into the cells? Does it get into the bloodstream? And I think many of us have seen some incredible things happen with just this product. So let me just touch on the science of this just a little bit so you understand. Molecules are tiny. They're all 2 to 4 atoms big. This is why when you do the 3 times in 5 minutes for people who are having pain, you see such incredible results. Right? So if someone has pain in their finger, which is it's not very deep, the joint there, you put it on 3 times in 5 minutes and you have a 90% chance that the person is going to have an amazing result by 10 minutes. Right? Well, you can do the same thing on the shoulder or put it on the hip. That's a much deeper joint, but you still get the same 90%. Why is that? It's because these molecules are so tiny. They get in through the skin. When you drink ASEA, most of it's getting in through your mouth. It's not getting in through digestion. So people are used to thinking that if you ingest something, that it's going to go through digestion. That's how it gets into the bloodstream. It's not how ASEA and Renu28 get into you. It gets in through water channels when you drink it. So I can give you one of the side benefits of this is, where are you going to put the gel? Right? Well, people put it on their face now and they put it where they have skin conditions. But now what you need to do in Singapore is, and Danny and Mal can speak to this even more than I can because they only had Renu28 for 1.5 years. But what we do here, if someone can't drink it because they have a feeding tube or because they've got or they won't drink it. I'll give you an example of a child who wouldn't drink it, and it's pretty powerful. But the best way to use it is, keep using it on your face, obviously, but put it along your spine. You have what's called dermatomes, dermatomes. Look that up. They run along your spine. So have someone rub it up and down your spine twice a day, and it's amazing what will happen from doing that. Put it on the soles of your feet. Put it on the soles of your feet a couple times a day, too. And then the other part, obviously, is over any area where there's a problem. If you have a lung problem, put it on the chest, put it on the back over the lungs. If you have a kidney problem, put it over the kidneys. Remember, molecules are going straight down in to the tissue that you're putting it on, but it's also getting into the bloodstream and going through the body. One of the side benefits of putting it all over your body is that your skin on your body is going to get as soft as a baby. So if you want to just put it all over your skin everywhere, it's going to get into your bloodstream, right? You got to do a little bit more than the drink, and we'll talk about that. Your skin's going to get so soft. Watch what happens. Watch the way it feels when you take a shower and you touch your skin and say, God, my skin feels like I did when I was 20 years old. So that's a couple parts of this. I'll tell you one story. I know Mal and Dan probably have more because they were forced to use the gel. That's all that they had for a long time again. In Australia, we have a grandfather here, an associate, who will be at convention and had amazing results with his kidney problems and with something else. I can't remember something else. With the drink. Has a son, he's in Florida, has a son in New York who has a daughter. So it's it's John's granddaughter who is on the spectrum, non-functioning, non-communicative. We all know, people that have this problem, children, it's an epidemic. We're not using medical terms, but, on the spectrum. And so John finally got the father to give it to the daughter. Well, she wouldn't drink it. She refused to drink it. She didn't like the taste. She couldn't drink it, right? And I said, well, don't give up. All they have to do is try using the gel. So the dad and the mom put the gel on the child's throat and stomach and rubbed it around the neck every night. 2 months of doing this, the child was 14 years old. The girl's 14 years old, never spoken in a complete sentence in her life. Was always very combative, and if the routine was broken of the day, got very upset. Well, one day there was a big snowstorm, and there was a lot of snow. I mean, a couple feet of snow, and they canceled school. Well, if her routine had been ever broken, she would get very upset. She didn't get upset. She came to her father, who was sitting at the desk, and said, "Daddy, are you going to drive me to school today?" That was the first full sentence this child had ever said in her entire life. And things have just been improving since then. This is just a few months ago. And this is just using the gel. So I want to make sure people understand just scientifically, just because it's going on this, it's not getting into the bloodstream. It's really remarkable. And to me, I'll tell you what, just using this for now simplifies things. The position everybody's in Singapore right now is that most of Asia hasn't opened yet. It's like you're one of the seed countries that's going to spread it to Malaysia, to Indonesia, to everything. So I thought I'd just share that part of this, Danny, and I'll turn it back over to you guys.
David, may I ask you a question? And sure. I think this is a question. I think this is a question that a number of Singaporeans would probably like to ask you. If there is someone who is in severe trouble, who has been currently taking a bottle a day of the supplement, of the redox supplement, what dose of the Renu28 would you suggest that they use in lieu of that same dosage? What I've been told is that one tube will represent about one bottle. But can you speak to that question, please?
Yeah. So my understanding is that's fairly close. There's a little debate on how much, So one thing is, I can say this: when people are putting the gel on, they put it on several times. I meant to mention this. They're going to see a little bit of a dust on their skin. And it's not the redox molecule. It's not salt. It's the clay that's in here. There's a clay that turns the drink into a gel. And the gel is about twice as strong as the drink. It's concentrated, right? So, so one thing you can do, if you see the dust on your face or your body and you want to get it off, after you finish putting it on, just wait 5 minutes. The molecules are in you already. Take a wet cloth or a towel and wipe it off, and the dust comes off. That's just the clay, number one. Number two, what we're seeming to find is that if people are drinking 1 case of ASEA a month, so that's 4 bottles, it's the equivalent to about 6 tubes of gel. So in this interim, if someone's drinking 4 bottles, 1 case a month, they should be using about 6 tubes a month. If they're using 1 case a month, 6 tubes a month. People were drinking twice that, 8 ounces a day or 240 mLs a day, and you should be looking at about 10 to 12 tubes a month. And that seems to be the equivalent. There's no exact science on this. I mean, there just isn't. That's why it's good to put it, make sure if you're going to do this, make sure you're putting it along the spine, put it on the bottoms of the feet. And if people are not sure if they're having the same effect, and they've had good effects with the drink, they should fill out another health benchmark form, benchmark where they are today, and start using just the gel and track their progress over a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months, and see how they're doing. Maybe they even get better than they were, right? And then you can adjust to see how much you need, really.